In this video, I'd like to demonstrate the simplicity in the swim lane, no-code playbook building experience. I'm going to showcase what it looks like to augment existing use cases with new automation or new playbooks. So what we're looking at here is my sim has alerted me with this event. Looks like there's a system in my network that's been infected with this Trojan backdoor activity. So we've already got the case created. Me and my colleagues have been working on this case, updating it. And what I've decided is I would like to save myself and my colleagues time in the future. I'm realizing it'd be very useful if this case simply had a field where I could drop in an observable or IOC, and then it would kick off some threat intel or other automation and drop the results of that automation back to this case. So we're going to show how simple and easy it is to do that. Swim lanes cases are powered by a composable UI. So anyone has the power to change the look and feel of this case with a drag and drop editor. I can resize, reshape, rename, remove, or add components to this case to change the look and feel to suit my needs. So what I've already done is I pre-staged this section underneath this research area. I just simply added a new tab called Bespoke Research, and I dropped in 2 text fields. So anything I paste in here, I want it to kick off a playbook, and then just give me the results below. So what we're going to do is switch over to swim lane Turbine Canvas, and we will build this out. So over here, this is where the playbook is built. Very simply, it starts off with the trigger. How do I want to kick off this playbook? I want to do this with this very powerful trigger called record event. This allows me to kick off playbooks in my case management anytime it is updated or being worked, or I could also choose on creation. Next, I simply choose the action that I want to kick off. So we'll do virus total here, and I want to submit that observable to them. Next, we need to say which assets in swim lane simply hold your credentials, passwords, tokens, etc. So use that authentication asset, and I just configure it. The only thing I need to do here is tell this action which field I would like to send to virus total. So I'm going to choose playbook property, and in my trigger, every field within that case is sent to this playbook automatically. I'm going to search for observable to analyze. That's the field I'd like to pass into this action. That's it. That's done. And last thing we need to do is decide where to put the results. So I would like to update that case and drop the results in there. Very simply, I configure it. I say which application, which use case I'd like to update. Case management. Tracking ID. This is the unique ID. So this playbook was kicked off from an existing case. That unique ID is passed in at runtime. So I just look for, we call it tracking ID. Go ahead and update that case. And then within that case, which field do I want to populate? So I know that most APIs that get called return JSON. So I'm going to go ahead and say populate a JSON object in my case, and with which value. I want to take the results from that virus total search IOCs, the full results. And then which field, let's just go back to my case here. Here's the name of the field where I would like to put those results. And that's it. So we also allow you to create what we call components, which are reusable programming objects. Think of these as child playbooks or collections of actions. So I can quickly, from a marketplace or any content I build, reuse it. Let's say this is some valuable playbook. I want to create a component out of these actions. I just enter the component editor, choose these 2 actions, create. I'll call this VT record update. This will convert those 2 actions to a reusable component that I can then use in any playbook. So we'll go back to while that's creating, we'll go back to the case. And let's say the IP through while I was analyzing and doing my research on this specific Trojan, I realized it has a CNC server at this IP address. So now I can just type it in there and it will kick off the playbook and send that to the playbook and then take the results and drop that back in the case.